audience please stand?
Post the colors.
Vote. Post.
And now our welcome from the Dean, Dr. Rawat.
Audience please be seated.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. And welcome to the Air Force and Navy Junior ROTC Flight Academy closing ceremony. We have gathered here today to celebrate our Junior ROTC cadets who completed an intensive 8-week program. At this time, I'm going to call names of each of the cadets. Please stand when I call your name. I'll start with Air Force JROTC cadets. Jimmy Hall from Arkansas. Justin Rodriguez, Sorrento, Florida, and please be standing. Jimmy. Cheyenne Wood from Clover, South Carolina. Colin Copeland, York, South Carolina. Julie Gent, York, South Carolina. Emmanuel Lee, Bedford, Massachusetts. Noah Larkowski, Corona, California. Ethan Mace, Valdosta, Georgia. And the cadet with the longest name, but I'm going to shorten it, Cameron Reese, St. George, Utah. Sophia Rausch, Franklin, Ohio. Alexandria Troy, Woodstock, Georgia. Allison North, Dothan, Alabama. Now I'll be calling Navy JROTC Flight Academy cadets, starting with Blessing Skibbett, Mobile, Alabama. Thomas Corsmo, Corpus Christi, Texas. Citlali Vasquez, Phoenix, Arizona. And the fourth cadet is Joshua Ward, who could not be here with us today as he has to leave early. So his name is Joshua Ward, Stockton, California. So as you can see, we had cadets come to ECSU campus from all over the country. We are represented 12 states here in this program. These cadets arrived on May 30th, May 31st on campus, and they got straight to work starting June 1st. They have been flying, getting their flight training. They have been working to get their they worked to get their private pilot rating. They completed their FAA written exams. They soloed an aircraft. They did cross country. For this effort, let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you, cadets. You all can be seated now. Now, the presence of ECSU Chancellor here, Dr. Dixon, and Provost, Dr. Ward, is a testament to how much we value this program and the immense support that this program receives. So without further delay, I would like to invite our pilot in command, Chancellor Kerry Dixon, who will bring official greetings on behalf of the university. Chancellor.
Hello. Good afternoon. How are you? Good, great. Thank you, Mom. I see you back there. Great. This is exciting. Well, again, I am Kerry Dixon, and I serve as the Chancellor here at Elizabeth City State University. And what an honor it is to join you for this closing ceremony. Provost and I were just glowing as we heard your names and heard the states that you represent. We are so excited to have you on our campus. And I know it's the end of the 8 weeks, but always come back. You have a home right here. And when you think about college and where you're going to go, don't forget ECSU. So again, family and friends, welcome to Elizabeth City State University. We are just honored to have these cadets here with us, 26 of them represented to participate in this program, Air Force and Navy Junior ROTC Cadet Scholarship Program. The Air Force and Navy Junior ROTC currently has 178,000 cadets enrolled in high schools across the nation. We extend our personal thanks to the 12 cadets that represent the Air Force and the 4 cadets that represent the Navy for selecting ECSU for your training program. At ECSU, we are very proud of our unique aviation program, and we now have another group of ambassadors right here, all of you in this room, to help us tell the story of the aviation science program at Elizabeth City State University in northeastern North Carolina. Rural North Carolina, but I tell you, we are taking flight. Thank you to Rear Admiral John Meier for taking time out of your schedule to join us for this very special occasion. I also want to thank Ms. Ashley Blunt from the Air Force Junior ROTC Flight Academy Headquarters and retired Admiral Arthur Johnson, a member of the ECSU Aviation Advisory Board, for your attendance and support of this program. I know it means a lot to our cadets and to the ECSU community to have you with us today. We are so excited for your continued support. To the 2022 ECSU Flight Academy class, and I hear your name is the Super-16. Is that right? I want everybody to know in the audience, the Super-16. I applaud you for your perseverance and dedication throughout this intensive training program. Thanks to the ECSU team under the leadership of the dynamic Dr. Rawat. Let's give him a hand. And Mr. Gooden and everyone who has participated, thank you for your continued guidance that you have provided these cadets. We appreciate your role in helping to develop the cadets, offering the necessary training towards the FAA private pilot's license while gaining a positive college experience. Come to ECSU to discover your passions and leave to conquer your dreams. I want y'all to remember that. That's our tagline. Come to ECSU to discover your passions and leave to conquer your dreams. It is tried and true. That's what we do. We filled the Viking pride, we're filled with Viking pride, and extend heartfelt congratulations to each of you. And each of you have a unique opportunity to make a difference and be the difference. And we wish you well in all of your endeavors. Go forth and prosper. Thank you, and remember, the mighty Vikings, we want you back here on campus. So when you go on to your states and go back home, don't forget us, because we'll always remember you and the great impact you have made on this campus during this program this summer. Thank you so much for your participation, and thank you all for your support of our cadets and for being here today to celebrate them.
We have a lunch over there for you guys. Enjoy, and we'll get back to the ceremony after that.
Please, just stay table, please.
3. This is a 2.3.
Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future.
I played soccer, dude. I did too.
Hey Jimmy, 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 Jimmy. Guess what, Jimmy? It's your birthday. Happy, 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 happy.
Till I'm free. Oh Lord, there's a solution. Feed the babies who ain't got enough to eat. Shoe the children, no shoes on the feet. A house of people living on the street. Oh Lord, there's a solution. Lord, I wanna fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. Wanna fly like an eagle till I'm free. I'll fly right to the revolution. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. Lord, I wanna fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let my spirit carry me. Wanna fly like an eagle till I'm free. Fly right to the revolution.
This is a 2.3.
7:45 is our time right now. A Valley teen will start her senior year in a couple of months, and she'll be literally flying high. Cicleli Vasquez is training right now, get this, to get her private pilot's license. She was one of a select few chosen by the Navy, which is paying for the whole thing. You bet this is something good. This is certainly a dream come true for Vasquez, who wants to be a pilot in the Air Force. She was one of just 20 high-performing students chosen for the elite program from across the country. So while most of her classmates at Greenway High in Phoenix are hanging out, taking it easy during summer break, Vasquez right now is at Elizabeth City State University in North Carolina for the U.S. Navy Summer Flight Academy Aviation Training Program. After 8 weeks of intense training, she'll get her FAA private pilot's license. And this is an 8-week intense training course, a minimum of 32 hours in the classroom of aviation academics, about 50 hours of flight training in a single engine aircraft, and then 17 hours of solo flight.
I absolutely love the time in the air. I love flying. Our instructors, they're always there. They even sometimes they've come in for one-on-one, and I feel like that one-on-one is really important because there's lots to learn, and having that one mentor or having those mentors around that will help you through that is great.
So the cost of this program, about $24,000 per student. So you can imagine, to be able to do this paid for by the Navy is incredible. Vasquez's goals, as I mentioned, is to be an Air Force pilot, and she hopes to attend the United States Air Force Academy. She's already made the first round of applications. When a student is done with this Summer Flight Academy, they earn a private pilot license and even get 5 college credits. The program really designed to help increase diversity in naval aviation. So coming up at 9 a.m., I know this certainly sparked an interest in all of us, saying, who even knew there was this program? The commander of the Naval Air Force, we're going to talk with one of the commanders at the Naval Air Force to learn more about this Summer Flight Academy. This is something so good.
A high school student from Stockton is celebrating a major accomplishment. He was selected to attend the U.S. Navy's Elite Summer Flight Academy. We first told you about this story last night, but today we are hearing from him one-on-one. Joshua Ward will be spending his summer at Elizabeth City State University in North Carolina, achieving his FAA private pilot's license. He says it's been a great experience.
I was so surprised because the first full day I had here, they put me up in a plane and gave me the controls. I mean, obviously with a CFI, a certified flight instructor, but just to be in control of a $500,000 airplane on the first full day that I was here was just a crazy experience. But definitely I haven't had a bored day here yet. I haven't been bored. It's really a lot to learn, but it's really fun.
His mom tells us the U.S. Navy also awarded him with a $200,000 check, which will serve as an NROTC scholarship to Morehouse College. He is just absolutely incredible. A big congratulations again to you, Joshua.
Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars? I could really use a wish right now, wish right now, wish right now. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars? I could really use a wish right now, wish right now, wish right now. Pretend that airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars. I can really use a wish right now, wish right now, wish right now. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars? I can really use a wish right now, wish right now, wish right now. Pretend that airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars. I can really use a wish right now, wish right now, wish right now. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars? I can really use a wish right now, wish right now, wish right now.
You can even think of me as background music. But I have the privilege and honor to introduce Rear Admiral John F. Oscar Meier, Commander, Naval Air Force Atlantic. Rear Admiral John F. Meier, a native of Export, Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania myself, graduated from the United States Naval Academy in 1986 with a Bachelor of Science in General Engineering. He completed flight training in Beeville, Texas, and was winged as a naval aviator in August 1988. Meier's operational assignments include Electronic Attack Squadron, VAC 141, Carrier Air Wing, CVW-2, VAC 128, and Executive Officer on board USS Harry S. Truman, CVN 75, during which the command was recognized with the 2008, 2009, and 2010 Battle E and the 2009 Safety S. Command tours include VAC 136, earning the Safety S and Battle E in 2004, as well as the 2005 Retention Excellence Award. USS Gunston Hall, LSD 44, earning the 2011 Battle E and Pre-Commissioning Unit Gerald R. Ford, CVN 78, earning the 2014 and 2015 Retention Excellence Awards. Meier most recently commanded Carrier Strike CSG-10, earning the Humanitarian Service Award. Meier's shore assignments include tours at VAC 129, where he was recognized as an Instructor Pilot of the Year in 1995. EA 6B, Placement Officer at Navy Personnel Command, Senior Operations Officer, and Emergency Actions Officer on the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff in the National Military Command Center. Mouthful. Requirements Officer for EA 18G at the Office of the Chief of Naval Operations, OPNAV N88. Assistant Chief of Staff Force Readiness Officer at Commander, Naval Air Forces. Assistant Commander, Navy Personnel Command for Career Management, PERS 4, and Commander, Navy Warfare Development Command. Meier has participated in operations around the world since Desert Storm led Southern Partnership Station and built the crew and culture of USS Gerald R. Ford, CVN 78, as the first commanding officer. He has accumulated over 4,000 flight hours and 675 carrier landings. Meier assumed command of Naval Air Force Atlantic on May 1st, 2020. His decorations include the Legion of Merit and various other personal and unit level awards. Please welcome Officer Rear Admiral John F. Oscar Meier.
Arietta, thank you very much for the introduction. There's not much I find more uncomfortable than somebody, going over my career. I'm very comfortable with, just, hey, Oscar, Admiral Meier, let's hear what you have to say. To ECSU, to the leadership here, this is fantastic. This is my first time here to ECSU. Driven through Elizabeth City a whole bunch of times. I had the good sense to marry a North Carolinian. My wife's from Mount Olive, so we come down to North Carolina quite a bit. I just got very familiar with Plymouth, North Carolina, where we happened to have a blowout. And it was on the 4th of July weekend, and we both walked away from that experience with this sense that, man, are the people nice down this part of the country. Everywhere we turned, people were friendly and nice, and I have no doubt that the Super-16 have found that, because you're not from here. You just spent the last couple of months here learning how to fly, which is pretty magical. I will tell you, I have done a lot of things in the Navy, and I think I have the best job in the Navy right now, because I still get to fly. And I remember as a junior officer, when I learned to fly and I first went to a squadron, my mood, both at work and at home, very much hinged on whether I flew that day or not. And we generally fly every day in the Navy. Sometimes you get to fly twice, and on a really good day, you get to fly 3 times. But then there's also droughts in there where you don't fly much, and after a few days of not flying, my wife would always tell. She's like, hey, you haven't been flying, have you? It's like, no, how'd you tell? But today, in the job I've got now, I still get to fly. And the beautiful aspect of it is that passion for flying. That sense that if you love your job, you'll never work a day in your life. That's truly what aviation is. You've gotten a little taste of that. An 8-week taste of going through the academics, the FAA training, the solo aspect, that first time where there's no instructor there next to you and you're just flying the airplane. That's pretty heady responsibility. My first solo happened down in Pensacola. My first flight happened there, and a brief story about that. So I went to the Naval Academy, and I went to the Naval Academy thinking that I was going to go into the nuclear power program and into submarines. And then I got on a submarine. So if you've been on a submarine, they don't come to the surface that often. You don't get a whole lot of fresh air on them. I'm a little bit on the larger side, so I don't really fit too well in a submarine. And it didn't take long. They had us out there for about a day and a half, but I think I figured after about 30 minutes that sub-life was not for me. And then I thought maybe I'd be a Marine for a little while, and we crawled around in the woods, shooting at them shooting at us, and then we proceeded to pick the ticks off of each other after crawling around the woods in Quantico. And I kind of thought maybe I don't really want to be a Marine. And then I got down to Pensacola, and they flew me in a T-2, which is, we don't fly them anymore, but it was a 2-seat jet trainer. And it did not take long for me to realize that that was exactly what I wanted to do in the Navy and with my professional career. And I've had the great fortune to do that now for about 36 years in uniform. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. I think it's altogether fitting that we're doing this here at ECSU. I mean, we're just a couple miles away from the first powered flight in the world out in Kitty Hawk. Pretty historic place. I hope you all got a chance to go see that. Because when you go there and you climb up the sand dune and you see where the monument is, and you think, man, that was pretty bold, pretty brave, really cutting edge of technology of the day. Anybody know what the Wright brothers did before they started making airplanes? What would they do? Yeah, made bicycles. Why do you think that's relevant? Because bicycles were really light, and even today, you know, if you buy a 27-pound bicycle, you'll pay a certain amount, but just a pound less, you'll pay twice the price, kind of thing. You know, so that engineering baked into bicycle technology of weight reduction was really fundamental to powered flight, because the limitation at the time was primitive in terms of aerodynamics, but really primitive in our ability to generate power from engines. So they realized that they had to make their aircraft as light as possible, and that's exactly what they did. I have this amazing picture in my house on NAS Norfolk, and it's a picture of the first aviator that flew off an aircraft carrier. Eugene Ely's his name, and he was not a naval officer. He was a daredevil, a race car driver. And there's this amazing picture of him, and in the airplane he flew, it doesn't look like any of the aircraft we have today. It was really sticks and cloth and really small, underpowered aircraft. But he had the guts to fly off an aircraft carrier that day. Wrapped around him like bandoliers are bicycle inner tube tires. So that same thought of that getting the weight as low as possible in bicycles. And I can only imagine that conversation that they had on the carrier that day. And the imagination, the way I imagine it is, hey, you're kind of crazy for doing this, and you're probably going to go in the water. It'd be nice if we could fish you out of the water, so we really need to get some flotation device on you. And they looked around and basically took spare inner tubes from the tires that were on the aircraft of the day. So today I get to fly everything. I've flown in the Osprey, F-18s, E-2, C-2. Helicopters are amazing aircraft. The aerodynamics and the physics, I mean, the laws of that hold true, but the mechanics of how you fly it is markedly different than a fixed-wing aircraft. And to this day, it never gets old. And the opportunity to come down and meet all of you, to talk to you about what has truly been a great passion of mine, which I hope never fades, and to see the bright eyes and the young men and women, and presumably what are some of the future folks at the Flight Academy, is pretty exciting. Because I'm here to tell you the future of naval aviation is bright. Whether that's flying commercially or whether that's flying in the military, which is really going to be on the cutting edge of technology. The material science that's involved in the aircraft design today, changing aerodynamics, changing shapes, aircraft that in the not too distant future will likely be transparent in many, many ways. You know, we design aircraft now that are transparent to radio waves, to infrared waves, and we're on the cutting edge of technologies that are looking at the visual spectrum for how we effectively camouflage, active camouflage, the things that you see in movies. That future is going to be in the Air Force and the Navy in the not too distant future. And we also see the advent of unmanned aircraft. You know, we're delivering packages today, weapons, and the blurring of the lines between what is an aircraft and what is a drone. We see that. But as much as the world of naval aviation is changing, or aviation in general is changing, there will always be a place for manned aircraft. We have the technology today to fly airliners without a pilot in the aircraft. I'm not sure many in this room would want to get in that airplane. So if you're an airline pilot, a lot of what you do is monitoring systems, and you are the ultimate fail-safe. Air Force and naval aircraft have amazing autopilots. We have aircraft that'll land themselves on the aircraft carrier today. But if that system fails, or the weather degrades, or you have to make a decision to go somewhere else, we'll need that person in that cockpit to make that decision. Thanks for the opportunity to come to this today. Thank you very much for hosting the event, for hosting the cadets to go through this program. And whether you go into the service or not, that's not really the point. I think the point is to learn about aviation. You get college credits in this. It's a competitive process. But if you're anything like me, it lights a fire. And you'll think about, man, it wasn't that long ago I soloed. Maybe I can go do this as a profession, as a career, as a passion. And again, if you do something that you love, you won't work. You'll pursue your passion the rest of your life. And I view this really as the first step for all of you in that regard. So thanks for your attention. Thanks again for the opportunity to come chat with you. And to the parents and the friends, I can see the smiles and I can see the pride in the fact that your sons and daughters came here to ECSU in Elizabeth City and completed this course. You got a lot to be proud of. Your future is so incredibly bright. Thank you again.
Special recognition and say their names. Admiral Johnson?
Yes.
Oh. Clearly you can see that this is very well rehearsed, very well rehearsed. And now we move on to our remarks. So Admiral Arthur Johnson, please come. U.S. Navy retired. Destiny Aviation Services, please be on deck.
I'll be quick because what's important won't take long to get to. First off, Dr. Ward, Chancellor, Admiral Wires, thank you all for being here and lending importance to this very important event. This is something that some people will remember for the rest of their lives, I guarantee you. I'd also like to shout out to Dr. Watt and the Resties for putting together another outstanding summer of flying and training. You guys hit another one out of the park, and I thank you for that. On behalf of the Board of Advisors, we appreciate you guys delivering the goods. But most importantly, I want to talk about you guys, the Super-16. I can't help but to smile to be here to share this moment with you. You guys have done something pretty remarkable. While you were here working hard, trying to further your aviation dreams, your friends were at the pool, at the beach, playing video games, doing whatever they do during the summer. But you chose to take the harder route, and I want you to know, he who does the work gains the strength. You guys have taken a major step ahead in your development and your career, whatever that might be. I just want you to know that the more work you put in, it's going to determine your success going forward. The preparation you do today determines tomorrow's success. I can't help but to, now I know you guys are busy, you probably didn't get to see a lot of this, but last week I enjoyed watching the World Track Championships. Anybody else out there see the track championships? It was quite exciting. And every time I was watching these folks, cross that finish line and, kind of like enjoy the sunlight, I couldn't help but to think about you all. Because those world-class athletes, they didn't start yesterday to run track and set world records. They started a long time ago. Now, there were a few young athletes there, but most of them have been out there putting in the reps for years. One of my favorite runners, Allison Felix, man, 30-some-year-old mother out there, and she still got it to be claimed as a world-class athlete. Well, I want you to know the steps that you made this summer, this milestone that you've achieved, I do believe you guys have started your journey towards being a world-class aviator. Just think about all the time that you have to further your skills and develop yourself. There's no stopping you. 10 years from now, you could be flying whatever you want to fly for whoever you want to fly it because you prepared yourself. So congratulations, and I wish you blue skies ahead.
Now I'd like to welcome our Chief Flight Instructor, Mr. Pinner.
Good afternoon. I'm Mr. Pinner, the Chief Flight Instructor, as Corey mentioned here. It has been my honor to work with these Air Force cadets and Navy cadets over the past 8 weeks. Their dedication to flight training has been nothing short of amazing. I'm impressed with the level of maturity and professionalism that they have shown. These young adults have a bright future ahead of them, and our nation's military would be lucky to have them join the ranks. I'd like to personally congratulate each one of you on a job well done. I'd also like to thank the flight instructor team and support staff on a job well done, and most importantly, for having a safe and successful summer. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to try some technology here for a second. You can see who's doing it. The old great, I'm sorry, say again. Oh, yes, Captain Wilson. Captain Wilson. Captain Wilson is departing the pattern right now. Captain Wilson and I were in flight school together years ago. He's a captain now with United Airlines. My newfound friend from Purdue A&M, Captain Gilpin, also flies for United Airlines, and so they are off now to actually tour the campus and back fly the friendly staff. Thank you for joining us. Okay, I just want to again recognize the mayor of Elizabeth City State. He did say he wanted any remarks, but I know he has aviation as a passion in his heart. He just told me, well, I knew about it because another friend of mine told me, that one of his first flights in the airplane was with Joe Forbes some time ago. And Joe, I know you can expound on that a little bit, that flight, but not now. but thank you again, Mr. Mayor. Thank you for being with us. All right, so again, I'm going to try this technology. Please bear with me. Okay, might not work. Okay, we had a couple of folks here. One of our Super-16 is not here. It's not here. Matter of fact, and the reason why he's not here is because you're talking about an uber motivated individual who came to the flight academy, but this young man actually is on his way to Great Lakes, Illinois right now on a flight. He is going through an intensive class to get classed up to join the ROTC ranks at Morehouse College in a couple of weeks. So he's been on roller skates since he's been here. So I want to just kind of, Admiral, I just want to kind of let you know the caliber of folks that we have here. So just a second, if I can bring this up. Mouse.
Sure you don't want one of the Super-16 to help you?
Yeah, you know, sometimes Sometimes they would do that. Where's Josh?
What are you trying to do?
A high school student from Stockton is celebrating a major accomplishment. He was selected to attend the U.S. Navy's Elite Summer Flight Academy. We first told you about this story last night, but today we are hearing from him one-on-one. Joshua Ward will be spending his summer at Elizabeth City State University in North Carolina, achieving his FAA private pilot's license. He says it's been a great experience.
I was so surprised because the first full day I had here, they put me up in a plane and gave me the controls. I mean, obviously with a CFI, a certified flight instructor, but just to be in control of a $500,000 airplane on the first full day that I was here was just a crazy experience. But definitely I haven't had a bored day here yet. I haven't been bored. It's really a lot to learn, but it's really fun.
His mom tells us the U.S. Navy also awarded him with a $200,000 check, which will serve as an NROTC scholarship to Morehouse College. He is just absolutely incredible. A big congratulations again to you, Joshua.
There's more, but I tell you, we want to keep moving. There's a tally. Ms. Vasquez is a one from Phoenix, Arizona. She has a, matter of fact, we might as well do her too. I'm not going to shortchange. I'm not going to shortchange. Please.
7:45 is our time right now. A Valley teen will start her senior year in a couple of months, and she'll be literally flying high. Chancellor Vasquez is training right now, get this, to get her private pilot's license. She was one of a select few chosen by the Navy, which is paying for the whole thing. You bet this is something good. This is certainly a dream come true for Vasquez, who wants to be a pilot in the Air Force. She was one of just 20 high-performing students chosen for the elite program from across the country. So while most of her classmates at Greenway High in Phoenix are hanging out, taking it easy during summer break, Vasquez right now is at Elizabeth City State University in North Carolina for the U.S. Navy Summer Flight Academy Aviation Training Program. After 8 weeks of intense training, she'll get her FAA private pilot's license. And this is an 8-week intense training course, a minimum of 32 hours in the classroom of aviation academics, about 50 hours of flight training in a single engine aircraft, and then 17 hours of solo flight.
I absolutely love the time in the air. I love flying. Our instructors, they're always there. They even sometimes they've come in for one-on-one, and I feel like that one-on-one is really important because there's lots to learn, and having that one mentor or having those mentors around that will help you through that is great.
So the cost of this program, about $24,000 per student. So you can imagine, to be able to do this paid for by the Navy is incredible. Vasquez's goals, as I mentioned, is to be an Air Force pilot, and she hopes to attend the United States Air Force Academy. She's already made the first round of applications. When a student is done with this Summer Flight Academy, they earn a private pilot license and even get 5 college credits. The program really designed to help increase diversity in naval aviation. So coming up at 9 a.m., I know this certainly sparked an interest in all of us, saying, who even knew there was this program? The commander of the Naval Air Force, we're going to talk with one of the commanders at the Naval Air Force to learn more about this Summer Flight Academy. This is something so good.
All right. So thank you for bearing with me here, and thank you for allowing. All right, so now we're coming to the point of our celebration where we're going to have just a couple of reflections. This is always, I always pick on some folks, and I'm going to give you cadets an opportunity. First of all, who wants to volunteer to give some reflections on what you did over the weeks that you were here? And if you don't, yeah, right. So who's going to take a step back? Who's going to take a step back? Cadet North, all right. Roll Tide.
Oh, it's just disrespectful. So, good afternoon, everyone. I am actually the old one here. Surprisingly, I am from Auburn University. I'm a rising senior. All these other kids are high school. God bless them. So, they're killers, definitely. Very highly motivated. Elizabeth City has been a very interesting time. It's been very challenging, mentally, physically, emotionally. And I just want to say I am very proud of each and every one of you. For the ones, like you guys have put in a lot of work, especially, and you guys deserve to be proud of yourselves. Because, like they mentioned, everybody back at home, they're chilling. They're going to the beach. They're going, hiking, whatever they're doing. They're having a normal summer. You guys came here, you put in the work, and, celebrate it. This is your day of celebration. Go home, celebrate. Stay here, celebrate. Do what you need to do. But yeah, it was definitely a pleasure working with each and every single one of you, and I just want to thank you guys for being welcoming to me as a residential, I guess. It feels weird saying old. So as you guys, as the culture of you guys, I really appreciate you guys welcoming into that. So thank you, and thank you guys for the support. I couldn't have done it without my family personally. So thank you to them, and pretty sure each and every one of you guys, your families, I know Sophie, Justin, we all met Justin's mom. So everybody, honestly, thank you for supporting your kids. It means a lot more, even just checking up on them every now and then. It means a lot more than you actually think, than you actually know probably. And also, just a quick shout out to the airport staff and the CFIs. Who knew that my CFI could also fly a plane one day and the next day come here and kill it on the drums? So not only to the CFIs, but also airport staff as well. You guys were phenomenal. I love Fridays. Spent every Friday at the FBO. It was great. They fed us. One week, we had a Skyline Chili Week. It was interesting. Thank you guys all, especially. Honestly, all of you guys, Mr. Lin, Mr. Ross, Progcheck, they were interesting. But, thank you guys for giving us the confidence to be a safe pilot, number one, and also to be a proficient pilot. So, big appreciation to all of you guys, to the cadets, to the staff, to the family, to all of you. Thank you.
Okay. Well, listen, it's that time. Like I said, each one of you guys are winners. All of you guys are winners. But there's always a time that we're going to recognize some outstanding accomplishments. And I'll tell you, one of the amazing accomplishments, here's some of the criteria. Let me talk about some of the criteria. Talks about work ethic. You guys got it, right? Every one of you got it. Attitude. It's all good, right? Academic performance, check. Every one of you guys got every one of these credentials. Aviation skills, check. It says service, help to the team, check. You guys remember when we went to the food bank over there? You guys were amazing. You guys almost had me bawling over there. Because I'm like, gee, you should have seen them, Chancellor. They had this assembly line of food bank stuff. Awesome, check. Character, check and check. Leadership, wow. You just saw leadership here from the senior cadet coming out. She knew she had to take the bull by the horn and did that. Check. And lastly, citizenship. I saw that this morning when the national anthem was playing. You guys I could have pushed you and you would have fell over because you were so straight. Awesome. Citizenship. All right. So we have, all of you guys could have won this citation, but from the, it's kind of weird, from the United States Air Force, we have two. That would be Mr. Jimmy Edward Hall, Jr. And let me make sure I get it right, Sophia Maria Rausch. Please stand. Let the folks see who you are. Chancellor, Admiral, you guys will not believe this, but that guy right there just turned 17 maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe less than 2 weeks ago. So we're in good hands. What? 2 weeks, right? 14 days ago. 14 days, right. Yeah, just turned 17. Thank you. From the United States Navy, this is crazy because I'm, like I said, Navy blue me. I mean, you saw the caliber of folks you had. You saw it. I mean, just those two. Blessings, I know that you had a shout out there from your local newspaper. Technology, I couldn't put it up. I apologize. Technology, I'm stumbling. However, I want to tell you about this one guy. Thomas Camden Cosmos. And please stand, please. This guy probably, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Forbes, but about 4 or 5 years ago, he has already been planning to go to the Naval Academy. So this guy, I'm sure I'll be seeing him at the Naval, and you got 2 admirals here that were Naval Academy grads, so you need to hang on their coattails. Tom, Mr. Kozos, thank you for helping. Chancellor, I'm going to tell you this, and it's been one of the frustrations that we have sometimes. The use of the swimming pool, right? This guy's a lifeguard and volunteered to be our lifeguard. He's a cadet, and he did that, so I appreciate that too. I appreciate that. So anyway, so thank you. So those are the special awards, special accommodations. Thank you, and that was from the Miss Ashley Blunt on that side. So at this time, we're going to go ahead and get the certificates. If you don't mind, Provost, Chancellor, joining us down. Admiral, I want you front and center. Dr. Rawat, front and center, please. Okay, here's the routine. We're going to do our professional photographers here. Being an admiral has to be a great thing. First of all, you want to be an admiral. You're driven around everywhere. By the fact, he was going to fly here. He was going to fly here. He was going to land an airplane right here in the vicinity and next time he's coming. But then he gets a driver and a photographer, always follow. So you want to be an admiral. So when your name is called, I want you to come forward, please. We're going to receive your certificate and stand for a photo, please. Okay. All right. So this is some motion to do. Okay, we're going to start with the United States Air Force Flight Academy cadets.
Jimmy Hall, Jr.
watch this now.
Right. Justin Rodriguez. Cheyenne Wood. Colin Copeland. Julie Gent. Emmanuel Lee. Noah Lorkowski. Ethan Mace. Cameron Reese. Sophia Rausch. Alexandria Troy. And Allison North. And now moving over to our Navy JROTC. Blessings, Quebec. Thomas Corsmo. Zelali Vasquez. And again, for our JROTC that could not be here, Joshua Ward.
Okay, we're almost at the end here, sir. Please, we're sure that special recognition, yes, special recognition. Okay, at this time, I just want to make sure that we have our special recognitions. And as you always know, when you have special recognitions, that you're going to leave off people. I want to tell you, and please charge it to my, well, I don't know what to charge it to. I'm old. But special recognitions to the United States Air Force. Thank you. The United States Navy, the Office of Naval Research, obviously. Aramark for that lovely, lovely dining luncheon, and Aramark has been just super fantastic. Elizabeth City State University Housing, Elizabeth City State University Admissions Office, facilities. The wonderful folks out at the, that's bringing this, live streaming this, and I couldn't do anything without the communications and marketing team here at Elizabeth City State University. We do appreciate it. The cadets did mention a little bit. We landed and banged up a lot of landings at Currituck Airport. We have Mr. Willie Nelson out here, manager of Currituck Airport. I appreciate you letting us spend some time out there with you guys. We also do a lot out in Eatonton, and then our infamous Joyner Airfield, which some of you guys have been to already, so that's great. But Hawaiian Fridays, Aloha Fridays. Thank you for Elizabeth City Regional Airport for hosting our cadets on Luau Fridays. They would cook for our cadets. What was it, breakfast for lunch? Was that the famous meal? I think it was breakfast for lunch, but they would have every Friday. But the only omission, that you had to wear a Hawaiian shirt. So that was kind of cool. That was really cool. Thank you very much. Please give my, we have Mr. Kent Madden out there. Thank you so much. Again, don't want to miss anybody, but probably the Dr. Coldy Rawad from the School of Science, Aviation, Health, and Technology. Nothing right here wouldn't be possible without that. The Department of Aviation and Emergency Management, Dr. Kupiec, thank you very much. And then all of our mentors and staff for these flight academies, thank you for all of your help. I know that a lot of you guys, you just don't know what you guys have done to help support this program. So thank you, really, thank you. So those are some of the special recognitions that I'm going to have. At this time, I want to bring to the podium for some closing remarks to Provost.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Orestes, for all of your hard work and for everyone. This is our second year for our Air Force ROTC program, and we are so pleased this year to be joined by our Navy ROTC cadets. Last year, I don't know if they told you, but we had a chance to celebrate what they call the Fantastic 14. Did they tell you all about that? Oh, but see, they gave them a name too. They were the Fantastic 14, but you all are the Super-16. And don't tell them I said this, but you look a little more impressive even than they do. So we are pleased to have you on our campus. And I know you had 8 weeks of intensive training that it takes traditional undergrads a whole semester, and you were able to do it in 8 weeks. Again, he said that we gave you the reins on the first day. Now, I didn't know about that because the budget, if the plane goes down, is going to come to my office. But I know it was in good hands with you all. As you all know, there is a nationwide shortage of pilots. And so I hope that you were inspired this summer to pursue a career in aviation, and that you will, in fact, be our next generation of aviators. And since you already know ECSU's campus very well, the ins and outs, I hope you remember us when you graduate from high school, that we are an option. And Allison, you can get a second degree, so I didn't forget about you either. So please, I extend you an invitation to the Viking family. Please know that we will always be here, and I thank each of you, as well as the parents and family members and friends, for supporting our cadets. Thank you, and I believe this, in fact, concludes our closing ceremony. Thank you all.
Okay. Thank you for those closing remarks. However, we got some more things to do. We got a couple more things we got to take group pictures, so don't worry, don't go. I'm going to give you guys out to your parents, but we're going to have group pictures. But there are two special presentations here I want to present. Admiral Meier, we really appreciate your remarks. The Chancellor has for you a token of appreciation. Matter of fact, in that bag of a token of appreciation, Chancellor, if you would show him the outstanding cup that he has. He is now an HBCU. I want you to display that Elizabeth City State trinket on your shelf. HBCU. Oh, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Remember, I know, and I'm telling you, Miss Ashley Blunt, she has been tremendous. Miss Ashley Blunt, please, you also, come on up. So please cherish those tokens. All right. Yes, ma'am. Oh. Okay. All right. Boy, I tell you. So we're going to get out of here. Matter of fact, I had a hard stop at 1:30. Provost, right? Am I on time? Good. Great. Good. So I want a pay raise. All right. Here we go. So please pick up. You also have some more patches, some more challenge coins over here. Please make sure you get those mementos. And I think I just saw Jeeves over there who kind of snuck some other things in there for you guys. So thank you very much. So what we're going to do is we're going to close out. Thank your parents for supporting. Thanks to staff. I will conclude there, and we're going to do some group photos. Where do you want those? Right in the front. Group photos for out in the front. Thank you.
Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars? I could really use a wish right now, wish right now, wish right now. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars? I could really use a wish right now, wish right now, wish right now. Pretend that airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars. I can really use a wish right now, wish right now, wish right now. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars? I can really use a wish right now, wish right now, wish right now. Pretend that